Smoky Room Stories is recorded by immature adults for a mature audience. If easily offended by filthy language, you should stop listening right now. Listener discretion is definitely advised.
Record.
I'm sneaky.
I didn't realize we're I can't talk now. Now I've got stage fright.
No, not stage fright. So why don't you like the taste of coffee?
It's not the taste of coffee I can't stand. It's the smell.
What?
And scent and taste are linked.
Yeah, usually.
If you can't smell, you can't taste.
I wonder if that's entirely true.
Not sure.
I don't know either. Oh, those are cool.
Right? Now, the coffee thing is my dad's fault.
Yeah.
Every day he would get up, he would make a pot of coffee.
Right.
He never cleaned his grounds.
Ew.
Not one time. He one filter for a 3-month period.
Yeah.
If that filter filled up, he would scoop a little bit out, scoop some fresh stuff on top of the old stuff, keep going. He'd have maybe a cup and leave the pot on heat all day.
Really?
To boil off.
Yeah.
And every day he'd put a pint of black velvet in his pot of coffee before work. And the scent of nasty, stale, old coffee and cheap whiskey burning through the house every day.
That sounds like
the
awful.
taste of coffee is the smell of coffee. Anything of coffee is just awful. It makes me gag every time. It's all I can think about.
I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I don't mind the taste of it. Or the smell. The smell, actually, I like the smell. The taste is all right. I used to put like a ton of sugar and a ton of cream in it just to avoid it. Then I realized it was such a waste of time. And
I've been traumatized
by black velvet coffee.
By coffee. And by lettuce.
And lettuce. We've already discussed the lettuce thing. That's fucking crazy. Have you tried romaine yet?
No.
Come on.
No. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It is worth it.
It's not worth $1.
Lettuce is delicious.
It is awful.
No. The thoughts that you have from the lettuce is awful.
Terrible. Lettuce is awful, and so is wicker.
Wicker?
Yeah.
Like the chair?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I'm with Ralphie May on that. I don't want to get up from furniture and look like a fucking honey-baked ham.
I can see that. All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
welcome to Smoking Room Stories. I'm Nick, and that's Jason, and we are
drinking
and vaping and sitting here talking. And
I really like this bourbon ale.
I know. You really expressed that the last time. It was good. Or last time we had it. And then you yelled at me for not giving you more, so I went and bought a whole other 4-pack for you, and I brought another one down for you.
You did.
So
you've been a good little girlfriend.
You're welcome.
It's good to see how easily trained you are.
It's not a matter of training. It's a matter of being
trained.
A good host.
It's a matter of being trained.
You come to my house, I want to make sure that you're comfortable there. Keep your pants on, though. I knew there was a decent chance that was going to be the next step.
60-40.
Yeah.
60-40.
That's decent. That's a decent chance.
Although it was going to be the 40 this time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was going to tell you a little thing.
Okay.
Something my mom always said growing up. It was, if you come over to our house, you're a guest.
Right.
If you're dumb enough to come back, you must be family.
Fair enough. Does that mean we're brothers?
Maybe. You might be Uncle Touchy.
Ooh, boy, am I.
We are in your rape dungeon.
I told you, it's a pleasure dungeon.
Yeah, it's only pleasurable for you, though.
Exactly. It's my house, so that's all that matters. Anyway, we were talking upstairs before we came down because the curse of recording a podcast, you get into a good conversation, you realize, oh shit, we should probably hit record on this.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. Every time you come over, we're doing that.
Well, yeah, it's because you're too lazy to get off the fucking couch.
It's a really comfortable couch.
It is a comfortable couch.
I love it.
it.
I love the couch. You know how much I got that for?
No.
$100.
Really?
Yeah.
You know how much I got my couch for?
How much?
$3,200.
Ooh.
And it's awful.
Why did you buy a $3,200 couch for being awful?
Well, at the time it was comfortable, but now it's really broken in.
Yeah.
It's had a really fat guy sitting on it day in and day out.
Yeah, I suppose it'll have that.
I had 9 months of unemployment before I started working at Jeep, and
lots of sitting watching YouTube videos and stuff.
Big ass groove.
You had an ass
Not
groove?
a big assed groove.
A
big ass groove.
Yeah, an ass groove. Very nice. But the conversation we were having upstairs was leading into the topic that we decided on tonight. And the topic would be fights. Jason and I were both bouncers at one point in our lives.
Which I didn't know you were a bouncer.
Yeah, it was a college bar.
You sent me a message like, hey, I know you were a bouncer, and you know I was a bouncer. I didn't know you were a bouncer.
Really? I could have sworn I told you before.
I had no idea.
Oh, yeah, I was a
no
bouncer.
clue.
Yeah.
I really didn't know hardly anything about you, except you had dated an Asian girl.
I have.
And when we agreed to do this, you were dating, I'm not going to say her name. I don't think she'd appreciate it.
Okay.
And she's a good friend.
Yeah.
But really, that's all I knew about you. That and you were a truck driver.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't really have any talks.
Well, we started talking, and that's what kind of got us to this point.
Talking or talking?
Not talking. We keep that under wraps. No, like we would...
It was all very superficial, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't think this would go anywhere.
Really?
I'd never thought in a million years we'd get past 4 episodes. I thought for sure, you know, I'd come over a couple times and I'd get sick of it, or I'd get sick of you.
Ye of little faith.
Mm.
I'm like heroin. You get hooked.
You're irritating?
Yeah. I cause...
And you're from Mexico?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's exactly what I was thinking. But yeah, we were talking about the fact that we were both bouncers and led to the topic of fights. We both have obviously either been in fights or broken up fights or, you know, whatever fights. So I figured that'd be a good topic to discuss.
Fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs.
I'm
exactly.
calling this one Fisticuffs.
It's a good name for it. I like it. But upstairs we were talking
and
because...
Fuckery.
Fisticuffs and Fuckery?
We got a title.
I like it. It's a good title. Upstairs, before we hit record, we were talking about how I thought he and I first had an interaction, which was breaking up a fight at Sheba's.
Didn't happen.
Which I was mistaken. It was a fight I had broken up with Sheba's with somebody else. I don't remember who.
It wasn't me.
You know who it was?
The other person wasn't important.
It was Chris Dunn. He was hanging out.
You know, I remember Chris telling me that story.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what? I was there that night.
Okay.
If it's the fight that you and Chris broke up, I was absolutely there that night. I saw the tension building in the bar.
Right.
But I also saw Sierra leaving the bar, and I was going to go with her.
You're like, break up fight,
Go.
get action.
No, it wasn't even action. We drove around. Most of the time when we left the bar, we drove around for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Just talking,
okay.
Listening to music. Every once in a while, we'd go park at Mommy Bay State Park and walk the beach in the middle of the night.
That's cool.
Did a lot of kissing, but it really didn't go past much of that. I mean, we were both a little nervous of getting caught, especially since we're already at Mommy Bay State Park,
which is closed after sundown. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it's 11.
They close at 11?
There's signs posted like 11 or 11:30.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I was really surprised too, but
I thought it was a regular old park where it was
we figured
closed.
No reason to add on to the charges if we get caught.
True. Good point. But the fight that I was talking about that I thought you were involved with was Chris Dunn and I broke up a fight out in the parking lot. And that dude that I pulled off from the other guy, I pulled him off. Of the
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
He asked
That's
nicely.
the best way to stop a fight.
Don't mind me, guy.
Hey. Why throw punches when I can pull you off?
Exactly.
Oh, God. It's going to be one of those.
These two guys were fighting about something. I don't know what. And they were rolling around, punching and fighting each other on the ground in the parking lot. So I go out there and I see it, and I pull the one guy off the other guy. I made sure to add.
I wasn't going to make the same joke again.
You can't do that.
No.
It gets stale. So I pulled the dude away from the other guy, and he comes charging, trying to get back to attacking the other dude, and I had to get in the way, and I laid into the fucking guy, held him back. I wasn't fighting him. I was just making sure that the fight stopped. And just for general peace, it had nothing to do with like the bar or anything. I just didn't want anybody to be fighting anymore. And dude ruined a shirt that I had because he got blood all over my fucking shirt. And I didn't notice it until I ended up at the strip club. And in the dark, I was like, holy shit, because it was, you know, like black light. I looked down and I'm like half covered in blood on my shoulder
blood.
and all that. It was.
It showed up in a black light?
Oh, yeah, my bad. I forgot when I was trying to
When you were pulling the dude off and the guy came at you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right.
So you can reuse the same joke. You just have to expand on it.
You just got to change it a little bit. Add on.
Make it bigger.
All right.
That joke's a grower, not a shower.
Apparently it is. That's nice. Well done. Anyway, so yeah, I thought you were involved in breaking up that fight, but I was mistaken. So, I, however, did not bounce in strip clubs. You did.
Really wasn't that big.
What do you mean?
Like it wasn't that great.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't
ruined
that
strip
great.
clubs for me.
I'm sure it did. But that was something I never had to deal with. I never had to deal with like the 5 o'clock in the morning crowd. Well, that's
wasn't
not
that
true.
bad.
I had a couple times, but
It wasn't that bad at all.
yeah.
Really. You know, I worked at Lust. I worked at Platinum for a little bit.
Yeah.
I worked at Lust longer. I only did it here and there. It wasn't
a full-time thing. Well,
it wasn't
full-time.
it was full time when I did it, but it wasn't a career.
Right. Well, obviously.
Like I think I worked at Lust for 8 months. Worked at Platinum for maybe 2 or 3. Actually, I met at Platinum.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
When she was working there.
Yeah.
That was an awkward conversation.
Okay.
'Cause
I'm sure.
we both kept, I mean, every time, you know, her and I and got together hanging out at Sheba's, or I'd go play cards at their place or something.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a weird familiarity.
Right. And this was a long time ago, I'm guessing?
And it was like 03.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. That's 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that she ever did.
Well, I didn't say she stripped. I said she worked
Well,
there.
I know. I didn't know she worked there.
But yeah, one day she's like, did you work, you know, as a bouncer at a
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, a couple of them. She's like, that's right. And we, you know, got on that topic. But
Right.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't. Most of the time, the guys going into those them clubs are fairly mellow.
Yeah, that's probably
You're not going in there. I mean, I get that you're drunk and you're frustrated by the time you leave.
right.
If it's a classy club, you're frustrated. I worked at Lust. Guys were not leaving there frustrated.
Oh, no?
No.
I didn't know anything about that.
8 months, I got to bounce one person out of Lust, and it was one of the strippers.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember her real name. It was Diamond was her stage
They
name.
probably should just use a stage name anyway.
Yeah. I know she had a twin sister
Ooh, that'd be fun.
who also danced at a different club.
Yeah.
And I don't remember her stage name either, but I really hope it was Crystal.
That's good. Now that you mentioned, I think I know the girls you're talking about. Because although I didn't work in them, I think I did visit them on a fairly regular basis. And I think I remember seeing twins, but they weren't together. Like I remember going one place and seeing them, and then going someplace else and seeing it.
Yeah, they danced at different clubs. They didn't get along.
Yeah.
And I remember Diamond came in. Cute little black girl.
Yeah.
Like she was petite.
Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else then, because these were white chicks.
Definitely somebody else, then,
Yeah.
because I'm sure they haven't perfected that surgery yet.
Probably not. I don't think that's quite ready yet.
You can get a dick added to you, but you can't change your color quite yet.
Not yet.
Not permanently.
Well, Michael Jackson pulled it off.
I thought he had a skin disease, though.
Yeah, he did. He had vitiligo. But
so
he bleached all of his skin so it
You're
didn't show.
gonna make fun of the man for having a disease?
No, my
what
grandfather-
kind of a monster are you?
You're always trying to turn me into a monster. My grandfather had vitiligo. That's how I know what the fucking disease was. It's real patchy, so it looks really kind of
Uncle
insane.
Ruckus had D vitiligo.
D vitiligo?
It's the opposite of what Michael Jackson had.
Uh,
You ever watch the Boondocks?
no.
Fantastic cartoon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've never watched it. It looked
Uncle
like it'd be
Ruckus is the most racist character on earth.
funny. Oh, yeah?
Thinks he's white, big old giant fat black dude.
And he thinks he's white.
Yeah, thought he was adopted by his family.
Yeah.
It's the only black people in the world he likes.
It's like the opposite of The Jerk.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. I love The Jerk. It's such a good movie.
Just his mom. Just his mom was the only
okay.
one. And he'd say the most racist things, and everyone just kind of accepted it because they thought he was crazy. Like, I got D vitiligo. It's the opposite of what Michael Jackson had.
Nice. What were we talking about?
Fights.
Oh, yeah, fights.
Bouncing Diamond.
Bouncing Diamond. So continue with it. You never...
Well, hang on a sec. I will.
All right.
I'll get back to it. I do want to stress the racism from Uncle Ruckus is not what makes that show good.
Okay.
It is a wonderful social commentary.
Yeah.
It is not the racism. It's just he's a funny character.
Okay. That's cool. I mean, the racism is probably funny.
They do it well. Okay. It's very intelligently done.
Tasteful racism.
I don't think it's a show that could be made now.
Probably not.
But it was a good show then.
Wasn't it only like a decade ago?
Yeah.
It wasn't even that long. I think they probably stopped the show.
I think they're still doing seasons.
Really?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it.
I mean, in the same world as Family Guy and South Park and whatever else, it's still on the air.
Yeah, but even the early episodes of Family Guy you couldn't make now. Some of them.
No, I don't think so at all.
But Diamond.
Yes.
So Diamond came in, and on day one she had issues. She came in, she got up on stage, danced, no fear, whatever. You know, she did her audition.
Yeah.
She was fine. She was in. We were hurting. Mm. We needed girls to come dance. The club was in rough shape. They had lost their liquor license.
Ooh.
And without a liquor license, you cannot run a sexually oriented business in the city of Toledo past midnight. And none of the girls were making money because none of the guys could come in and drink.
Right.
So they turned it into a private members-only club.
Yeah.
You pay a membership fee instead of a door fee.
Yeah.
And you can bring your own liquor.
There you go.
And that worked for about 3-4 months. Cops raided them.
Yeah.
They kept doing it. Cops raided them again.
Whoops.
The third time they got raided, they shut down.
Yeah.
And I was part of the third raid. That was a lot of fun.
I bet.
Second raid happened while I was working there, but I wasn't on the clock that night.
Right.
So when she came asking, hey, can I get a job? I was like, oh, please come work here.
Yeah. And
she busted her ass. Girl worked hard. She came in open to close 5-6 days a week, 16 hours dancing on the pole.
That's a long time. And that's hard work.
Yeah. Yeah. She was in great shape.
I bet. She would have to be.
But like the very first day, she asked, hey, can I smoke this K2?
Oh.
Which wasn't illegal, but wasn't the kind of thing we were trying to attract.
Yeah.
And she wasn't allowed to go out the back doors. If the girls left the club, I was required to go escort them.
Yeah.
Just to their car, or if they went to the gas station across the street.
Sure.
I'd take them over there. So, they'd tell her, go stand in a back corner of the smoking patio.
Yeah.
And never tell anyone what you're smoking.
Right.
They would have said no. I can't stress this enough. They would have said no if it had been an illegal substance. And once it became illegal, they did
say no.
They did say no to other people. She was already gone by then.
Yeah.
So we're about a month or two in, and there comes a commotion from the back. And I hear in my little earpiece, Jason, we need you in the back. And I was the only, I worked days.
Yeah.
So I was the only bouncer there.
Right.
And I go back there, and Diamond is losing her ever-loving mind.
Why?
Freaking out. Screaming, nah, fuck that, them bitches stole my money, fuck that, they stole my money, I want my money.
Okay.
And the owner comes out, and much to his credit, came out, and they're like, what's going on? Like, they stole my money. He's like, well, how much did they take? They took $125 from me, right out of my locker.
Okay.
He's like, look, I'm so sorry that happened. That's not what we want here. Let me make it right. Pulled $200 out of his wallet.
Yeah.
Handed it to her. She said,
nice.
No.
What?
I want my money. That was my money. I wrote my name on it. I want my money. Search these bitches until you find my money. I want my money. I sucked dick for that money.
Oh, you don't want to go and admit that.
Congratulations, you're now fired.
Right.
Do they know they run a sexually oriented business? Absolutely.
Right.
Do they know that sometimes things happen on the couches for a private dance? 100% yes. They know that it happens. The second you admit it, they have to fire you.
Right.
Period. So she was gone.
Right.
And this is all happening right about shift change when the other 3 guys that work night shift, they're coming in. And
right.
Jay comes in, is the guy who got me the job. comes in. He's like, Jay, just go work the front door for a bit, stay over an extra hour while I handle this. I'm like, okay, whatever. So he goes back there and he's talking to her. And when I walk away, he's calming her down. Mm-hmm. Things are sounding civil. Things are looking up. No problems.
For now.
I start hearing like muffled screams coming through the earpiece I'm wearing. Right. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, what's happening back there? Uh-huh. And I can see from where I'm standing that some of the people, there's only like 4 guys in the bar, and they're all staring at like the lap dance room.
Yeah.
Because the locker room was like right off the side of that.
Okay.
And they're all looking back like, what the hell? And just out of the blue, I hear, Jason, lock the door.
Oh, boy.
What? Lock the fucking door right now.
That's something you hadn't heard before.
Okay. Walk up, lock the door.
Yeah.
About 10 seconds later, I see Diamond walking around the back side of the club.
Yeah.
Wearing nothing but a thong and high heels, swinging her flat iron, just whipping it around like a goddamn nunchuck. Completely alone. No one's bothering to, like, follow her, talk her down, stop her, nothing.
Right.
Walks up to the door, just starts beating this fucking flat iron against the glass door.
Oh, my God.
Screaming, let me in. I want my shit. Let me in. And all the other bouncers.
And she's outside?
Yeah.
And she's outside naked, essentially.
Basically.
Like she has a thong and high heels and a nunchuck hair accessory.
I think she was wearing a fishnet top, but it was fishnet. You could see everything.
So it's not like
it was a really wide fishnet.
Yeah. Didn't leave a whole lot to the imagination, is what you're saying.
And she's swinging this thing, and she hits the door with it once.
Yeah.
And Jay goes out there, tries talking her down again. Mm-hmm. And then the other 2 guys, Luce and Ray, I think it was Ray. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure it was Ray. Go out there, and the owner goes out there, and like she spits in the owner's face.
She's pissed.
And I follow everyone out there, and I'm walking. I'm like, look, what's going on? Like, they beat the shit out. And she was bloody as fuck.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I was definitely swollen. Lip was split.
Yeah.
She was fucked up.
So who did that?
I'm getting to that.
Oh, good.
I will get to that. I promise. But her face was tore the fuck up.
Wow. Okay.
You know what? I'll get to it right now because I don't want anyone thinking that this club or these guys were just manhandling this woman.
Okay. That's kind of what I was thinking right off the
At
gate.
one point, they were trying to calmly get her out the back door.
Okay.
And as they walked by the countertop for the VIP area with, the woman with the register, someone had left a beer bottle there.
Okay.
And she straight up broke the beer bottle on the counter and lunged for one of the bouncers.
Whoa.
And he didn't take kindly.
Sure.
He did not take kindly to having his life threatened. And he might have thrown his knee up.
Yeah.
He definitely threw his knee up. And she might have gotten her head bounced against the back door when she was walked out.
Okay.
But at the time, she was still swinging her flat iron and still had the beer bottle in her hand.
Yeesh.
And it wasn't so much that they were trying to hurt her because they definitely could have done worse.
Oh, I'm sure.
They were just trying to get her out of the club where she couldn't hurt anyone else.
Right.
Except for all the customers that we might have come in.
Yeah, they're pounding on the door trying to get in, and it's locked.
So I walk out, and I see how badly she's hurt. I'm like, what's going on, dear? What's going on? It's like, you know how hard I work here. You know what I do. I know you bust your ass. What's going on?
Yeah.
It's like, I've been up front this whole time. You know I haven't been around for any of that shit. What's happened?
Yeah.
And I'm calming her down, getting her there, and the owner kind of pokes his head around the corner of the 3 other guys bigger than me.
Yeah.
And she sees, that motherfucker right there. She spits in his face.
Oh, man.
Swings her flat iron at him.
Her nunchuck.
I threw my arm up to try and block it. Mm-hmm. And this flat iron wrapped around my arm like an Indiana Jones whip.
Okay.
Which was cool at first until I saw it kept wrapping. And then the fucking flat iron that was now exposed and was still 300 fucking degrees hit my arm.
Ouch.
So I was a little irritated. And
Sure.
Yanked that shit right out of her hands, and the second she no longer had a weapon, the owner grew a pair of balls.
Yeah.
Picked her up by the throat, ran her 40 feet out into the middle of the parking lot, and WWE body slammed her.
Whoa. Damn.
And was like on top of her, still choking her, screaming, "You fucking bitch, how dare you, I will kill you." We had to pull him off of
That's
her.
not good, yeah.
No, he had an anger problem.
I think
He
so.
was definitely trying to hurt her.
That sounds like it.
Then Luce ended up being the one who got nominated to drive her home.
Fun.
Just to get her the fuck out of there because she didn't have no money for a cab.
Right, because
them bitches
took
stole
all
her money.
Those bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched, I'm not going to say which bouncer it was who ended up actually doing the damage to her face.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're still, all three of them are still bouncers now. They're still great guys.
Yeah.
One of them a little less. But they're decent people, decent enough people for, you know, guys who are career bouncers.
Sure.
But I watched him cry.
Yeah.
Afterwards, he felt so terrible, and I watched the security cam footage, and she was definitely going for the throat.
Like she was aiming.
There was no question. Like this is a 4 foot tall girl, swinging up at like a 6'5" dude, trying to just broad stroke, trying to slit the dude's throat,
just trying to get him,
or at least trying to hit anything that'll do damage.
Sure. Wow, that's a fun one.
Yeah,
that's a little violent. I remember one time because I worked down in Bowling Green. And college bar.
Of course.
Yeah. I worked at 2. I actually met my wife in 1. And that was forever ago. And
I met my future wife in 1.
Hey, all right.
She doesn't know that yet.
She doesn't know that?
Well, I never proposed.
Oh.
According to Rand,
I just assumed that.
Baby, you blushing? You're probably not even going to listen to this. Your mom's going to listen to this and say, "Oh my God, did you hear what Jason said?"
She just doesn't know yet.
Yeah, that was more for Randy, though. He's the one who keeps saying we're going to get married.
Right. Anyway, so.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm going to go with one that's not violent at all, like the antithesis of your story.
Oh, that'll be entertaining.
Yeah. Because for some reason, I was always really good at breaking up fights, like almost before they started. And
it's because no one wants to beat up the mentally handicapped.
That's true. But no, like, I was always the guy just watching. Like, I was, because in one of the bars I was in
the corner, like,
kind of, yeah,
with the camera, pulling yourself off.
Yes, pulling myself off, just like in the parking lot. No, I'd stand up in like one of the corners and just kind of watch the entire crowd. And there weren't very many people in the one bar.
Oh, I thought you meant watching the fight.
No.
Like you were the worst bouncer ever.
No, I'm not going to sit there and watch the fight. It was my job to break them up, so I did.
I'm the dude who just watched people fight.
No. No, I was part of the whole breaking up part,
stop
too.
Eventually.
They'll die off. Let them tire themselves out. No, so the one time that popped in my head when I was thinking of the opposite story is the time when I broke up a fight before it even started.
Okay.
Which happens fairly regularly. But this time...
I did have a few of those.
Yeah, it happens.
I thought we were talking about actual fights.
Well, I'll get to those.
Okay.
But I just wanted to kind of...
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting.
Cleanse the palate a little bit.
I actually have energy right now.
That's good.
Yeah, it's weird.
That is weird, because you just worked a full shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm watching the crowd, and it's not a packed night, but it's busy enough. There's enough people in there that it would make a challenge to walk from one side to the other.
What bar?
Uptown.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very familiar. Okay.
Good bar. Fun.
It's not Uptown anymore, but I know what you're talking about.
It is.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of a different bar.
Yeah, you're thinking of Tux's down the way.
I'm thinking it's Sky Bar.
Oh, you're thinking the other way.
It's not Sky Bar anymore. Uptown is still Uptown. Still a good bar. Go on.
It is. So I'm standing on one of the perches watching the crowd, and it's not too busy, but busy enough. And I see like a couple gaggles of people, you know, just kind of like hanging out or whatever. And I notice that there's some tension building. So I'm watching. I'm keeping an eye on these two groups of people. And it's about 6 guys on one side and 5 or 6 on the other. One side are, from what I gathered, people from Toledo, guys from Toledo. And the other side were, I believe, football players from the BGSU football team.
How did you know they were from Toledo?
Because I overheard them talking.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you had some weird spider sense.
No, I'm not quite that talented. So I see there's some tension. Maybe they were on opposing football teams. Maybe they didn't know each other. Who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. Whole point was I saw them kind of like looking back and forth at each other and like kind of glaring at themselves or at each other angrily. So I made sure to get close enough where in case something were to happen, I'd be over there. Don't know what I would do against fucking 15 guys, but here I am and the other people are around.
Had that experience too.
Scary.
Yeah.
Only way I figured out how to stop a fight from happening was this exact thing, and I did it on the fly. I'm watching, and I see these guys like start talking shit back and forth to each other from like 15 feet away. And I'm thinking, great, here we go. So I get down off the perch, and I'm kind of easing my way over there. And I see them start to like square up, like, what'd you fucking say? You know, getting back and forth at each other like that. So I just kind of like hop in the middle. I'm like, whoa, guys, we don't need anything like that. Let's just cool it real quick. Let's not, you know, let's take it easy. And like, no, fuck that. You know, and they start getting pissed. And like one starts to reach over me to get to the other guy to grab his shirt and start beating his ass or something. And I was like, free beer. And they're like, what did you say? I said, free beer. And they're like, huh? I said, everybody come with me. We go up to the bar. I tell the bartender, give me however many beers I need to get these guys to drink. And I took orders. They all said, okay, I want this, this, and this. I got 10 of them. I said, just put it on my tab. I'll take care of it. Handed out beers to everybody. I'm like, all right, no fighting, and I'll buy you another one. They're all like, hooray! And that was it. I bought beers for everybody and just left it at that. It was a nice, easy fight that I didn't even have to worry about. It was just a simple way of breaking up a fight.
It works.
It did. I was very pleased with it.
I had a rugby team come into Lust.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
And there's like 30 of these fuckers bigger than me.
Yeah.
All came in at the same time, and I got scared. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I went to the manager. I was like, look, you got to get someone else up here.
Yeah.
Like, I will do what I have to do to protect these girls.
Right.
You know, that's my job, and I kind of feel responsible for them. But if things get rowdy, I can't take on a whole rugby team.
Right.
I need you to get someone else up here.
Sure.
So get Jay, get Luz, get anyone.
All of them.
We're going to need backup.
Yeah.
And they were rowdy as fuck. They didn't cause any kind of commotion that I was aware of.
Yeah.
2 a.m, I got called back up to the bar by the owner who had me watch some security footage, and these guys lined up the trash cans along the back fence of the strip club and were tackling the trash cans through the fence.
Oh, my God. All right.
Like they were training.
Jesus. Why? Why?
Because we had 2 girls and no liquor license. And they were bored.
Yeah, that'll do it. Damn.
I mean, I'm really glad they took out the fence and not me.
Yeah, for sure.
I would have hurt.
Probably.
It would have been a little sore.
Yeah. That'd be fun. There was one time, because I don't know if you knew about it. I mean, it probably was still a thing like in the 2000s, but when I was working at the bars, it was in 98, 99, something like that. And it was real big in like the... when techno was first really getting to be big and raves were getting to be a thing. Yeah. Not a huge fan.
You know, I'm going to say, but I love raving.
I've never been to a rave.
I've done it a few times. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't think my body could handle it now.
No, you're an old man now. That wouldn't work.
I'm close to an old man.
You're getting there.
I'm not you.
Shut the fuck up. So, that being said...
I hated the music, but I loved the culture.
See, now, I didn't mind the music, but the culture was kind of like whatever for me. So, because...
It was electronic hippies. It was great. Dude.
Right. So, because of the popularity of raves and all that, the bar started offering... Same bar, Uptown. Started offering a rave night. After the bar closed at 2 o'clock, it would stay open until 5, I think, 4:30, 5 o'clock. No liquor was being served at that point. It was just Red Bulls and pop and water and whatever you wanted to go crazy. And we just played like techno music all night.
Moby.
Yeah, pretty much. Fatboy Slim.
Yeah.
You know? So, and it was the same thing. It was just without the liquor. So there weren't very many fights, except for one night. There was never very many people in there either, because like the ravers from Bowling Green around that time were not very. There weren't very many of them, so there was only a few that were showing up. This one guy was high on something. I don't know what it was, but he was amped up like crazy, and he was really feeling the music because he was like going around like basically trying to start a mosh pit in like a rave club.
That's not going to work out.
No, it didn't. Not at all. We stopped him. Said, "Look, man, you need to cool it."
It's a whole different kind of energy.
Yeah.
You need to go to Sky Bar, a couple doors down. They have goth night. They might be more inclined.
Anyway, so the guy's like going nuts, and my manager, Cameron, and I go and we talk to him. It's like, look, dude, you got to calm down. You almost hit this person over here. You almost hit this person over here. If you don't stop, we're going to have to kick you out of here. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So we get back up into our perches and we're just watching the crowd and we're talking to people. And this guy starts feeling the music again and he starts whipping around and kicking and like swinging and all that. So we had to stop him. So my manager looks at me. I look at him. He's like, all right, let's go do this. So we hop down again and we're dragging him to the door. And he's kicking and screaming, fighting his way to try and stay in the place for some reason or another. And do you remember the bar at all? Like the whole layout of the bar?
Oh, yeah.
You remember the stairs?
Yeah.
To go up to it? Well, he put his feet up on the stairs, like on the sides.
On the front,
yeah, the very
off
front.
the main drag or the back stairs?
The front one.
Okay.
So, and he was going to go out that
those are a
front
straight
door.
shot, but
Yep.
the ones in the back are, you go up and then it turns.
Yeah, the ones in the front, straight up and down.
Okay.
So we go and we get him over there, and he gets his feet off the ground. So we're holding his entire weight. Cameron and I are holding his entire weight, and he's got his feet planted on both sides of the stairwell. And he is not letting us take him down the steps. He's like, no, I want to stay. No, I want to stay. Rah, 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 rah. High as shit. So Cameron looks at me. He's like, let go. I said, you sure? He's like, yeah. So I let go. And then Cameron let go. And he hits the ground hard as fuck.
I imagine.
Yeah. It was not a really long fall, but it was long enough to hurt a little bit.
Did he go down all the stairs?
No. Hold on. It gets better.
Oh, I like that.
So Cameron grabs him by the collar and by the back of his pants. Lifts him off the ground because this dude was ripped. Cameron was a beast. He picked him up like he was a sack of potatoes and tossed him, cleared half the steps.
That's attempted murder.
It was pretty bad. But this dude didn't feel a thing.
Till the next day.
Hold on. Didn't feel a thing. He tumbles to the bottom of the steps, right at the place where they do the ID checking. And he pops back up like nothing happened, and he starts running up the steps. Like he wants to get attacked again. So
rage zombie.
Oh my God, it was crazy. So Cameron looks at me and goes, would you take care of that? And I'm like, I guess. So I start running down the steps and I jump, like stage dive onto this dude and rode him down like a fucking sled.
I rode a friend of mine down a set of stairs.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like a toboggan.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I don't think he got knocked out, but he definitely was not moving after that for a minute.
Knocked my buddy out.
Did it? Well, I think I took the wind out of him because like I ran down 3 or 4 steps and then took the leap, and he had ran up like 5 or 6 steps and he was halfway up. So there wasn't a lot of flying on my part, but I definitely had a little bit of air and I was off the ground completely and I collided with him and like kind of did a downward spear, which whatever, like my shoulder hit his stomach basically. And I used him to cushion my fall. And, you know, we didn't, like, I just down the steps to the bottom, and I look up at the girl in the ID booth, like, can you call the cops? And I just sat there and laid on the guy, and he's like, let me up. I'm like, I can't do that, man. You're going to go back up there. You're going to get in trouble. So eventually the cops came, and they took him away, and that was that. And
see, mine was, I still rode a guy down, but mine was for the opposite reason.
For fun?
No, it was my buddy Justin's birthday.
All right.
And he was already hammered. I had a pretty bad drinking problem.
Yeah.
And he was just gone. And he wanted us all to go downstairs and listen to him play drums.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, whatever. So we're going down we get around the corner to the stairs to the basement, and he fell. Mm-hmm. And me and Patty both, like, leapt to try and catch him.
Oh, shit.
And we both grabbed, like, one leg each.
Okay.
And we're holding him up. And in the process of him trying to shuffle to get his footing to stand up and get off the stairs, he fell again and pulled us both with him.
Oh, shit.
So we both just kind of grabbed on and rode him down the stairs.
Nice.
We tried to save him. Sorry, Justin.
Sorry, Justin.
I tried.
Yeah, I felt bad. I mean, like, when I rode the dude down, like, the cops, you know, because I stayed there with him until the cops got there. And he got up, and he was pissed, and they put the handcuffs on him, threw him in the back, and they had to talk to me. Because I was down there holding him down. Like, what happened? So I explained everything, and they're like, you did what? I'm like, I kind of met him in the middle of the steps in midair, and he's like, really? I said, yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. He's like, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, he cushioned the fall. And the cop's like, well, I mean, he was acting a little crazy. I mean, he's still acting crazy. And I look out there, and he's like banging his head on the glass cage or whatever that like separates the front seat from the back seat. He's like smacking his head. I'm like, he's high on something. The guy's like, yup. Said, so I'm in the clear. He's like, yeah, you were just doing your job. Like, he was going to cause some trouble if you didn't get him out of there. I'm like, okay, just making sure that I didn't have anything to worry about. And he's like, nope, you're good. Said, all right, I'm going back upstairs. He's like, have a good night. I said, sweet, adios. And they took him away, and him and his giant bell-bottom pants. Because he had those big, like, tree trunk pants.
Oh, I miss those. The stovepipes.
Yes, those.
The elephant bottoms.
Legs. Yeah. Jesus.
Jinkos.
Yeah,
I miss
yeah.
Jinkos. I miss 90s fashion.
I never had a pair of
so
Jinkos.
much.
Never had them.
Larry still wears his.
I know he does.
And I'm jealous. I'm so jealous.
You got to find a pair. I'm sure you can find them someplace.
Jinkos are back.
Are they?
Yeah, a Japanese company bought Jinkos and reintroduced them, hoping that the fashion trend would repeat itself.
Yeah. Hasn't yet, but it might.
I can't justify spending $100 on jeans.
They want that much for them?
I mean, it's really not that much when you consider it's like three pairs of jeans worth of denim.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, it's a lot of denim. It's a whole lot of denim.
But yeah.
Does Larry know? Because he could get a whole new setup.
Larry is aware.
Good for him.
But I miss those. The super deep pockets.
Oh, yeah. You could lose your whole arm in those things.
The bell bottoms that swelled out so much that they could absorb an entire skateboard, and then you'd try to skateboard in them.
You can hide people in those.
Yes, you can.
You can walk along, and if they don't mind jumping around, like you can sneak people into places.
Were wonderful.
Buy one movie ticket and get 3 people in.
I loved those. Elephant bottom pants, a black T-shirt, and a red and black flannel. It was a great look. I miss the 90s.
I used to wear the flannels, for sure, in a black shirt, but didn't wear those. Nope. I was never quite that into it. I did have a pair of skids a long time before that, late 80s. Remember those?
I don't know what skids are.
Like hammer pants.
Oh.
Yeah, except they weren't like the gold lame. They were like fucking like
I don't know.
They were like flannel.
I don't know what lame is.
Elvis gold outfit. Same like sheer fabric.
It's a
like
fabric?
that shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Same kind, but that was what MC Hammer had, like the hammer pants, that kind of sheen like on the pants. But these were like cotton or flannel, and they had a.
I remember I wanted a pair of hammer pants.
Yeah.
So bad.
They
looked so comfortable. I was 8.
They're super
Eat a
comfortable.
dick. I was 8 in 1990. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I really wanted a pair of hammer pants, and I begged my mom to get me a pair. And I remember I got to about 14 or 15. She's like, I have gotten you everything you've ever wanted in your
Except
life.
these.
And I looked her dead in the eye and said, I wanted hammer pants. You never got those. Ooh. She said, I got you hammer pants. I was like, no, you didn't. You got me shiny sweatpants.
You bought me carpenter jeans.
Those are sweatpants. I still had them. I went up and got them. Like, these are sweatpants. These are not these are not MC Hammer pants.
I want to find a pair of skids because they were comfy as shit. They were super comfortable.
I imagine they were.
Really baggy, and like the crotch was down to your knees. Oh, it was great.
Jinkos.
Kind of, yeah.
Just not denim.
Just not denim, and they didn't flare out at the bottom. They were like...
That flare was awesome. You could jump off of roofs, and they would save you.
Like parachutes.
You could Mary Poppins your way down just with your legs.
That's good.
I seriously miss Jinkos. I wish that style came back.
Oh,
not that it matters.
No,
I don't go out anywhere.
Yeah, you can wear them to work. Get them caught in some machinery.
Given serious thought to wearing my kilt to work.
They make like tactical kilts and stuff.
They make workman's kilts. But here's the problem: is skirts at work are banned for women as well.
Oh yeah,
it's pants only.
You could just say it's against your religion. Or that it's for religious purposes that you're wearing it.
Not on Halloween. That's not going to fly.
Just tell them you're a Wiccan and that it's part of the outfit. I don't know. I don't know what Wiccans do.
That might work. Wiccan, no, but Druid?
Druid, there you go.
Druids were Celtic.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, they found out the group that made Stonehenge.
Really?
Yeah, I just read the article like 3 days ago.
Really?
They found a group of people that made Stonehenge. And they found that the stones for Stonehenge were harvested. What was it? It was like 273 kilometers away.
Really?
And back in those days, it was unheard of for anyone to travel more than 40 kilometers from their tribe or clan or whatever. Mm-hmm. They have no idea why these two peoples came together.
Huh. But that's what, like, that was the...
Yeah.
They decided
They don't know why they made it. But they know the two groups of people that made it. They came together to make it.
Maybe that's why. Maybe they're celebrating their union.
Could be.
Yeah.
Weird marriage rituals. Build a monument that'll last for centuries.
Why not? Well, you know that it's been changed.
That's children.
It hasn't been changed a bunch, but they definitely have moved it around. Like, it hasn't stayed in the same spot this entire time. Like, they've lifted up rocks and like done not refurbishing, but they've like made sure that the stuff is going to stay standing. Like, they've moved stuff around.
That doesn't sound like something that's true.
It is true, though.
That doesn't sound like something that's true.
I'm not Randy.
I don't think that's true.
I'm not Randy. That shit doesn't work on me.
I don't make you Randy?
No, not at all. I mean, the beard a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, fights. Silence.
I don't really have any more fight stories.
Well, it doesn't have to be a physical fight. What about a fight with a girlfriend or a wife or whatever? Anything worth talking about?
Nothing that I think is worth opening that can of worms for. If this goes anywhere and she listens,
could be bad.
I will still never hear the end of it.
I'm not afraid to do that because I know that she would laugh it off like, that happened. Yeah.
Your ex would.
Yeah.
My ex tells everyone that I was the problem.
Well, you're a problem in my eyes.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I can't even pinpoint. I was talking to Sierra about this. I can't think of too many fights I had with her. I know the fights happened.
Sure. I
know they were constant, but I've forgotten the details. I've gotten over it. I'm past it. I don't want to think about it anymore.
Right.
I know for a fact that if I would go to work, I'd get up and be to work at 5 a.m.
Oof.
I would get off work at 10 p.m.
Oof.
15-hour day.
That's a long day.
A lot of fun, right?
Sure. Sounds like a blast.
Come home and get yelled at for 4 hours straight by her.
Why?
Because she was an angry person who had hate in her heart.
Oh, well, there you go.
I hope she was able to get past her problems.
It's all your fault.
It was all my fault. I'm sure it was. She accused me of cheating so much because I was gone all the time.
But you were working.
Yeah, and I told her that, and I showed her my pay stubs.
Yeah, proof that you were working.
Now look, 15 hours, do the math, 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
15 hours a day, Monday through Friday, 10 hours a day on Saturday, 8 hours unpaid on Sunday.
Why would you work unpaid?
I was working at Menards, and I was a contractor sales rep. And I would go in on Sundays to work up my estimates to take to the contractors through the week.
Oh, okay.
So that most of my pay came from commission.
Gotcha.
So I'd work for 8 hours a day working on these estimates and doing plans and whatnot. I was basically doing the blueprints for them.
Right. I gotcha.
But the first couple weeks, she accepted that.
Yeah.
And then she started getting suspicious. Like, well, how do I know you're not just clocking in and leaving? So I would have to take pictures of myself clocking in and clocking out. And I remember I asked Aaron one time, like, dude, will you just snap this picture of me swiping my badge? And
I need proof.
He gave me a look. And, like, I had one of those click moments where I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Right.
Like, seriously, it's gotten to this point where I have to do this.
Right.
Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I had normalized it in my head for so long.
Yeah.
And then I realized, just seeing the look on his face, I realized how fucking absurd it was.
That does tend to happen, though. Like, you normalize things that are crazy like that. Yeah.
I mean, nothing ever starts off that big.
Sure. But it escalates and you don't realize it because you just let it go.
I do remember our first fight lasted 2 months to the day.
2-month-long fight.
And it was in the first 6 months of our dating.
I think you mentioned this to me.
And it was because she cheated, or I cheated on her in a dream she had.
Yeah, we did talk about this.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it lasted 2 months to the day where every second I spent with her, she was yelling at me or bitch. How could you do that? I didn't.
Your subconscious cheated on you.
Well, I mean, I dreamt it, so it must be true on some level. I dreamt of a unicorn. It was fucking a beaver.
Yes, a unicorn fucking a beaver. That's a hell of a dream.
Right?
I had the same one. That's not true.
Was his name Gary?
No, it wasn't Gary. It was close, though. It was Glenn. Anyway.
Poor Glenn. He caught the baseball bat from Negan.
Oh, Glenn.
Anyway, rest in peace, sweet prince.
I remember one fight that my ex and I had, and we were having people over for, I want to say, 4th of July. And we did this every year. And it was a real busy summer at work, and I was exhausted. I almost didn't want to have the party. But we were doing it anyway.
Where were you working at the time?
Same place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's, and that time of year, it's busy.
Oh, yeah.
For holidays especially.
Yeah, especially the cookout holidays.
Yeah, for sure.
Summer months, everyone wants cold sodas.
Yep, you got it. So I'm tired.
And beer.
Yeah, beer especially. I'm tired as hell. Didn't want to do much of anything, and she was upset that I wasn't helping her with a lot of the setup. I was doing whatever she asked me to do. I wasn't really leaping at the chance to do anything more.
I get that.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Sure. She was upset by it.
It was an unenthusiastic blowjob.
Basically, yeah. Put some effort into it.
I'm going to give you head, but neither of us are going to like it. That's basically your level of effort for this cookout. I got
you. Got it. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head.
On the head. All right.
Hey. So I'm doing whatever needs to be done, but not really trying to do anything above and beyond that. And she was pissed. She was making deviled eggs.
I love deviled eggs.
Not when they're getting thrown at your face.
Are her deviled eggs any good?
Yeah, they're really good, actually.
Could you open your mouth and try to catch one?
I wasn't about to do that.
I would have.
Because, like, I walk into the kitchen.
Oh, my goodness. Holiday food fight.
I walk into the kitchen like it's any other day, and I reach in to get, like, a pop or something. You know, I'm thirsty or some shit. And she's
Was it
like,
a Pepsi?
It may have been. I don't know. So she is instantly upset because I'm sitting on the couch not doing anything. And I'm sweating in here. I'm doing everything for all the food and blah, blah, blah. And she's pissed. And I'm like, what the fuck you want me to do about it? I didn't want to have this, you know, or something. And she got super mad about whatever, about my reaction, because I really didn't put forth much fight or effort. I was just tired. And she threw a deviled egg at my face. Except it wasn't deviled yet. It might have been hard-boiled. I think it was hard-boiled, but she hadn't stripped it yet.
Those are still tasty.
Yeah. They still hurt. Luckily, I knew that. And when she threw it, I did like a Matrix dive. Like I kind of went, wah, 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 like I dodged it just barely. Like I felt it graze past my nose.
I like that you tried to demonstrate the Matrix dive just now while sitting in an office chair.
Yeah, I did.
And all you really did was pull your mouth away from the mic.
I did. But you didn't have to explain that. They could have just used their imagination. People listening could have just used their imagination.
You added sound effects.
Bullet time. So I felt it graze my cheek, and I was super mad. I'm like, what did you throw it for? Now I got to clean this up. And that was it. That's about the extent of our fighting. Like, it'd be a little bit of an altercation. She'd throw something at me. I'd duck. Most of the time, she wouldn't hit me, and that'd be it. I'd just be like, all right, whatever, and I'd go and do whatever she wanted me to do.
I do remember, now that we're talking and we're sharing stories, I do remember getting into a fight with Marie, my ex.
Yeah.
The one I had nothing but bad luck with. We should never have been together.
Mm-hmm.
It was a wonderful learning experience on what not to do in a relationship on both of our parts.
It's a good thing
I
that you get
do not want to speak ill of her. I just want to say I hope she got the help she needed. We had a fight. We went to Sky Bar.
Okay.
We went down there for goth night.
Wednesdays, right?
Wednesdays.
Yeah, Wednesdays.
Wednesdays at Sky Bar. It's not Sky Bar anymore, but still Wednesdays.
Yeah.
For goth night.
It used to be Gargoyles before it was Sky Bar.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is now. I didn't know it was that then.
Yeah. Back in the 90s, it was Sky Bar for a little bit of the 90s, and before that, it was Gargoyles. And before Gargoyles was at Sky Bar in that location,
Keep showing your age, buddy.
it was around the corner, and it was a place that was Gargoyles, and then I left, and that's the first bar I ever worked at called
Keep showing your
Kamikazes.
age. It's okay.
You'll be fine. Continue, please.
So yeah, we went down there, and I walked up to the bartender, and I was driving, so I wasn't drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted a Bud Select
Okay.
because it made her feel swanky.
Okay.
I don't know. She thought she was classy because she drank Budweiser Select. No,
Okay.
you're not bougie. But I walked up to the bartender, who was a female, and I said, "Can I get a Bud Select, please?"
Okay.
She said, "Sure." Handed me the Bud Select. I paid her the money, gave her $1 tip, walked back to the table, and that started a 2-week-long fight because I spoke to another woman at the bar.
Oh, that's bad.
Right in front of her.
That's bad. That's no good. A fight about talking to somebody else is bad.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Literally, the only words I said was, "Can I get a Bud Light Select, or Bud Select, please?"
Right. For her. The girl that I'm going to get in a fight with here in a second.
And we were there with a group of friends. I mean, it was like 8 of us. Like, yeah, clearly I'm trying to cheat on you.
Right. Wow.
We were there one week where big old-tittied black chick come walking up, and I'd heard like wah 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 wah,
Like Charlie Brown's teacher?
kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm standing at the end of the bar, waiting for the bartender, and in my peripheral I can see her like approaching every person at the bar,
Okay.
and I hear her voice, but I'm not comprehending the words. Like, I'm not paying attention. I just know that she's talking.
Okay.
You're in one of those moments where you're vaguely aware of your surroundings.
Sure.
And I'm leaned up against the bar, and I feel her tap me on the shoulder, and I turn around, and it's my turn for her to talk to me. Mm. And she looks at me and says, "Are you my daddy?" In like the cutest little kid voice, but this, like, she was probably 5'10" to 6'2" or 6 foot, somewhere around there. She was a tall girl.
Sounds like it.
And she was a bigger girl, but she had some massive knockers that really made up for it. And she said, "Are you my daddy?" And I look at her shirt and it says "Daddy's little cocksucker."
All right.
And I looked at her and I looked over across the bar at my at the time girlfriend, and I looked back at her. I was like, I'm already in so much trouble talking to you. I might be. But no, I'm not. Good I'm Lord. Sorry, dear.
That's funny.
And she's like, "That's okay." She walked right to the next guy standing right next to me.
She had a mission that night.
Yeah.
She had a goal in mind, and that would be cock.
Yeah. Got my beers, walked back to my girlfriend. She's like, "What the hell was that? What the hell was that about?"
Oh, God.
Like, I don't know. Did you see her talk to everybody at the bar? Right. I didn't even pay attention to what she said. I just blew her off and turned around.
Right.
Good. Like, it was one of the few times
You're trained.
One of the few times I talked to another woman that I wasn't in trouble.
Right. Wow.
And if there wasn't one last guy at the end of the bar, for her to go talk to, she might not have bought that story.
Right.
And it might have been I was trying to cheat on her in front of her.
Of course, because that makes sense.
I was such a horrible person, you know.
So bad.
I never cheated on that girl.
Good for you.
I have cheated. I never cheated on that girl.
I can proudly say I've never cheated. Sorry.
I mean, I'm cheating right now.
You are?
Yeah.
How?
I'm married, and I'm dating Sierra. I have a child with Sierra.
That's a good point.
I'm married.
That's a good point.
I am technically cheating.
I see what you mean. I guess in that respect,
I've been separated for 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm hopefully going to get this paperwork done soon.
Right. Yeah, I suppose from that respect, I have to. But as far as being with somebody and then going behind their back and doing something with somebody else, I've never done that.
I've also done that.
Oh. That's no good.
Yeah. I'm not proud of it, but it happened.
So
it wasn't with that girl, though.
I have a funny story because you mentioned goth night on Wednesday night.
Oh, please tell me a funny story about goth night.
It's not about goth night.
Oh, you cocksucker. Don't tell me the story.
We were talking about a specific kind of night.
Tell them the story.
I will.
All 3 people who are listening.
Maybe 4 or 5. You never know. So
our listenership has dropped
significantly.
We appreciate those of you that are loyal. We love you all.
Thank you, loyal people.
You know what? Speaking of that.
Yes.
Just pulled up the page.
Okay.
Andy and Louie are the most recent likes to the page. I just want to say shout out to Andy and Louie.
Hey, Andy and
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much for
listening.
They're
both my friends, so you can suck my balls. My friends like us more than your friends.
Count them up. See how many friends of mine versus how many friends of yours. And we can't count mutuals. They have to be individuals because we have mutual friends too.
I'm claiming the mutuals.
You can't do that.
All the mutuals are mine.
That doesn't count.
All the mutuals are
mine.
Not.
I might still win. I don't know.
Freight Train and Louie, I love you guys.
Freight Train. I like the name, so that's good. He can stay. Anyway, so we were talking about specific like special nights in Bowling Green, and you mentioned Goth Night.
Yep.
Uptown, downtown. Well, I guess just Uptown. Also had
they used to do Goth Night, didn't they?
They didn't have a Goth Night.
I thought they did.
They had a Drag Night.
I don't remember that.
Tuesday nights were Drag Night.
I don't remember that. I would have gone to that for sure.
It was fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It was fun.
Those nights are great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I was one of the bouncers that was always scheduled to work it because I was one of the bouncers that really didn't give a shit and thought it was fun.
Did you ever meet the drag queens when they weren't in drag queen garb?
Yes.
Did you call them by the drag queen name?
No.
Yeah, I found out because my uncle used to own one of the gay bars that ran a drag show.
Okay.
And I found out through him that if they're not in costume and you call them by their stage name,
right,
they will punch you.
They don't like that.
No.
Yeah, because that's a character.
Yeah, it's not them. It's not like Bruce and Caitlyn Jenner.
Sure.
They're not transgendered. They are cross-dressing. It's completely different, and they take serious offense.
Sure. The only part I didn't like about working those nights was cleaning up after them.
Gross.
Yeah. Because we had a third floor.
Were their titties bags of sand?
No. But there's a third floor where they would go upstairs and get changed. They had like a nice little dressing room up there that he used specifically for them. And we'd have to go and clean it up every once in a while.
I went up there once. I got kicked out.
Did you?
Yeah.
How'd you get up there? Door was always locked.
Yeah, I followed a couple people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, people used to go up there all the time.
Yeah.
I was usually.
I walked up with a group of people,
Nice.
and once everyone got to the top, I was like, "Hey, who the fuck are you?" Oh, I'm with them. Get the fuck out of here!
You don't belong here. Anyway, cleaning up after them was sucky because you'd find like duct tape and shaving cream, and can only imagine what they're tucking away using those things. Just shoving stuff in places and
Titties.
No, they're strapping their balls and dick down. So
I met a couple of them that were chubby dudes.
Yeah.
That would tape their tits down.
Okay.
So that their fakies wouldn't look like they were super fakies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
They'd tape their chest down so that when they put the fake tits in, it would look more natural.
Okay.
They wouldn't stick out as far.
That's gross. I'm cool with not tucking anything away. I'm fine with that. But anyway, that's not the point. That night, one of those nights, will you stop giving head to the microphone? I do that every week. So, this one drag night, I'm working the door and checking IDs and stuff. And this group of 3 guys who, for lack of a better term, were rednecks. Out for a drink on a Tuesday night.
I don't really see that as a bad term. Redneck doesn't inherently mean bad person.
True.
It does typically mean stupid person, but not bad.
Not bad.
I know a lot of really good people that are just retarded.
Yeah. These guys were kind of like that. They were clueless on what kind of night it was.
And if anyone takes offense to the word retarded being used in that context, please look up Christopher Titus and the word retarded. I pretty much follow that entire line of thinking when it comes to the word.
Fair enough. Anyway,
I'm not going to explain it.
you don't have to. If they're that concerned, they'll look it up.
They probably won't. They're just
No.
going to hate me.
Yep.
Hate speech.
So
Please continue.
yes. So these guys walk in oblivious to the fact that it's drag night. And I have this just little feeling, little voice in the back of my head saying, you need to keep an eye on these guys because they don't know what they're getting themselves into. So I get out from checking the IDs and I have somebody else do it. And I kind of just follow these guys around, just waiting to see what's going to happen. The first thing I hear when I walk past nonchalantly is I hear one of them lean to the other guy and say, there's a lot of good-looking girls in here tonight. Oblivious to the fact that it's drag night. Saying, okay, something's definitely going to happen here, and it's going to make me laugh. So I'm going to let things ride out. I'm not going to let them know. I'm just going to let things go and see what happens.
Awesome.
Curiosity.
You know what? As you should.
Yeah.
That's appropriate.
That's what I was thinking too. So, but I made sure to stay nearby because it was usually a very simple to deal with crowd as far as bouncing goes. You just kind of follow around, clean up, whatever. You know, there was never really very many fights at all.
Typically not.
Yeah. So I stuck nearby these guys pretty much the entire night. And they're flirting and they're like buying drinks and they're doing what regular straight men would do.
Were your drag queens college students as well?
Some of them. Yeah, some of them.
So they weren't like the older queens that had
Correct.
been around for a while.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. They were all like, you know, and this is the 90s too. So that was still a fairly new thing for this kind of stuff to happen. But, you know, like I said, you know, we were cool with
when
it.
I was in elementary.
Yeah. Anyway, and I was in college. So
Old fuck.
So I'm following these guys around, and they're flirting, and they're buying drinks, and they're doing everything that straight men would do at a bar with a bunch of straight women, trying to hook up. And they seem to be really proud of themselves because the women are very susceptible to this right now for some reason. And these guys think they're king shit because they're getting numbers, they're, like I said, buying drinks for people. They're having a good time, and they feel like they're on top of the world. The whole time I'm stifling laughter, trying my best not to be like spoiling the fun for these guys. I'm like, I really should tell any of these guys what actually is going on here, but I'm not going to because this is way too entertaining.
That's homophobic.
To not tell them?
To laugh at them.
The straight guys?
Yeah.
How is that homophobic?
You're setting them up to commit a hate crime. Because when they find out the hard way, and I mean hard, the pun intended,
No.
completely intended,
Pun expected.
and they start swinging, that's a hate crime, and it's your fault.
Well,
You were complicit.
I suppose I should be feeling guilty about that right about now. Because I haven't finished the rest of the story yet.
Oh, God, it gets worse.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, there's a fight involved. That's the whole point of this. So,
Are we still on fights?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh shit! I didn't realize. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So
I didn't know where the story was going.
Yeah, to a fight. So
I just thought we were talking about cross dressers now.
No, I mean that we can do that. That's fine.
I mean that's the fuckery part.
That's true. So, these three guys are still having a great time, and I noticed that one of them gets up and starts talking to a girl on the other side of the bar, and I can't really be in two places at once.
A girl?
No.
Okay.
A female impersonator? No, that's a terrible way to say it.
No, they're female impersonators.
Okay, yeah.
If they're just cross dressing, they are actually female impersonators. Okay. They're not transgendered.
True. Okay, so female impersonator. I suppose that's good enough.
That's not any kind of disrespectful way of putting it.
Hooray. I'm PC.
Not that I care.
Right. Anyway.
I'll point it out, but I'll laugh at it.
So anyway, I can't be in two places at once, so I just do the math. I say there's two over here, there's one over there. I'll watch him and be over here for the other two in case something happens over here, just based on the odds to something may happen with two people versus one.
Okay.
So I'm watching the one guy talk to this drag queen, and then he goes to the bathroom, and she follows. I said, okay, now I need to move over there. So I stop right in front of the door, I lean up on the wall, and I wait. And I'm waiting, and a little bit more, and all of a sudden I hear, what the fuck? I said, oh, shit. I open the door. The drag queen is on the ground. Not hurt, nothing like that, but she was on her knees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I don't know if that's the position that she was already in or if that's the position that she was put into because he was flipping out because she had a dick. So you do the math. Like, she was down kind of like covering herself. Like,
and don't you just hate that, though?
What, finding a dick?
When you're blowing a dude and halfway through you find out that the dude's gay.
I suppose.
I've been blowing a gay dude this whole time. Are you kidding me? Third time this week.
I thought you were straight. Anyway, so the redneck was pissed. And he screams out, what the fuck? And I don't know, like I said, if he reached down and felt a dick or if she like let it slip or if he saw her Adam's apple. I don't know what happened, but whatever it is, he figured it out and was pissed. And he was like, had her by her dress, like by her shoulder strap of her dress, and was about ready to punch her. And I stopped that because I heard the what the fuck, and I opened the door and I grabbed him by the arm and I said, okay, it's time to go. And the two buddies come running over and they're like, what's going on? What happened in there? And the guy's screaming out, she's got a dick! She's got a dick! Over and over and over again, super drunk, super just like upset about what just happened. And the buddies crack up. They are laughing their ass off. Yeah, they're laughing their ass off. And they're like...
How do you go to drag night and not expect every woman in there to have a dick?
They didn't know it was drag night. Oh. That's the whole point of the story. They had no idea it was drag night.
I didn't catch that part. I've been drinking.
That's all right. Yeah, they were just there at a bar on a Tuesday night. Didn't even think that that's why they were so into these girls.
Speaking of drinking, you know what?
There's another beer. Oh, you already opened your...
No, I'm done with the beers.
Oh.
I need to bring my bottle of Black Barrel whiskey here.
Ooh, that's a thought.
Yeah. I got a fifth of that at home that Larry gave me.
Nice.
I should bring that over.
Yeah, for sure.
I have something to sip on. Anyway, I'm sorry.
That was basically the end of the story. Like,
I ruined the end. I'm such a dick.
Yes, you suck.
It's just like her dick.
Hey. But yeah, like the buddies started laughing. And, they're like, we got this. We'll take care of it.
Tell me she got up and shouted something back at him like, it's bigger than yours.
No, she didn't say like that. But, after the buddies, like, took him out because he was done. And they were like, we'll take care of it. They took him downstairs and they left.
100% those guys never let him live it down.
Oh, I'm positive.
15 years later.
I'm positive.
I guarantee that dude got married one day. One of those guys was his best man and was like, hey, you remember that time we were at that bar and you let a dude blow you in the bathroom?
Man. That's the best man speech?
That's the best man. That's the best man speech.
That's a hard
when you can
one.
bring up all the shit.
I guess they were hookers, but I don't remember paying.
Remember we picked up those two, I guess they were hookers. I don't know.
Anyway, so then I went back to the bathroom to make sure she was okay. And she's like, oh, thank you so much.
Hang on. Real quick.
Yes?
Anyone listening, if you recognize the Guess They Were Hookers reference, leave a comment on Facebook.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Play a little game.
Yeah, I like games. I forgot to put the poll up to find out what show you're going to watch.
Oh, yeah. Well, nobody seems to be interested anyway. So
I mean, I'm not very active. I need to be more active on the page.
We can be. But yeah, and she asked if she goes, "Did you know that was going to happen?" And I was like, "Maybe a little." And she's like, "You're bad." And then she bought me a drink.
Bad.
Then she bought me a drink for making sure she didn't get her ass whipped.
I cannot count on one hand how many times I've heard a woman say, "You're bad," in that weird seductive tone.
Yeah.
And every time it's gotten my motor running.
Well, how long we got on this thing?
I don't know. We should be just about wrapping it up.
Yeah, we're at an hour and 13.
We should be close. I had something else I wanted to share, but we got sidetracked, and I don't know what.
Don't we always?
We always get sidetracked.
Smoke Room Stories is sponsored by Big Rock Karaoke.
Well, I hadn't forgotten that part yet.
Well, no, it's hard.
We
to
just
forget.
hadn't talked about Big Rock.
No, we really hadn't.
That's been a crutch.
Every
time we get to a dead spot,
Yep.
we bring up Randy.
Yep.
We love Randy, but he's had such a tumultuous.
Thank
you. I couldn't say that word.
Tabot.
He's had such a chaotic schedule lately that
Yeah.
it keeps changing on us.
Nonstop.
It's hard to know where he's going to be. I want to give him plugs, but I don't know where he's at.
Well, I guess till the end of this month. Well, no, not like this upcoming Friday. He'll be at Big Rock, or he'll be at
He won't.
tomorrow or tonight. He's not going to be there.
No.
Oh shit.
No, he posted.
Oh, you're right. He did.
He made the post. They hired a live band.
Yep. Well, since this isn't going to show or play until
No one will know anyway.
Yeah. Who knows where he's going to be?
It's hard to
December.
It's hard to give advice, or not advice, but advertisements for where he's at when this plays a month and a half after.
Right. Maybe we should start doing these like the day before we post them.
I don't like that idea. I don't want to be under pressure to actually come over.
Yeah. How about we do that, and then we still have the other ones like in our back pocket?
We could do that. We're just going to have. I hope that our listeners would understand. In the previous ones, we've talked, oh, this is episode 2. This is episode 3. When you hear those, just disregard them. It just means we were lazy this week.
Right.
I
could just cut them out. Too.
It means shit came up.
Yeah.
Shit came up, and I didn't want to go to Nick's house at 4 or 5 in the morning.
I don't blame
I
you.
think most people will understand that.
Yeah. Just because they know me.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to come over because they know me.
I think most of our friends know me.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Most of the follows.
Yeah. I don't
It's
think
my
so.
friends.
I don't think so. I'm the one that sent all the invites out.
Big Rock's Karaoke, though.
Yeah.
Please. Dude is the nicest guy you'll ever meet. He's a way better person than I am. And
Probably me too.
yeah, probably, definitely you too.
Definitely? Oh, come
Definitely.
on. Give me a little bit of credit.
Come on, this guy is the sweetest.
Yeah.
He is such a fucking sweetheart.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He cries when he hears people sing just because he likes it.
Yeah, I can't think of the last time I was ever moved to tears by music. I mean, I love music. I love it with a passion, but it's never brought me to
Yeah,
tears.
I've heard some phenomenal singers.
For sure.
Some people that just blew me away.
Mhm.
I heard a dude do Faithfully by Journey
Yeah.
at Krieger's.
Yeah.
I was astounded. Like, it made me want to quit singing karaoke altogether.
Really?
Like, this guy is so good. I can't.
I've never gone to Krieger's.
I shouldn't be on the same planet as this dude. It was that fucking good.
Nice.
But I've never been moved to tears. And I've seen Randy cry when I stepped off stage. And I'm like, dude, that wasn't even that good. That was really bad. And I've seen him do it for you. I've seen
Really?
him do it. Yeah. I've seen him do it for Sierra. I've seen him do it for Tiffany and Ian.
Yeah. Wow.
And like, he genuinely cares. Nisha for sure.
Oh, yeah. She's a hell of a singer.
Like, he genuinely cares about people.
Yeah. Well, for sure.
He's a wonderful person. Love Randy. Love you, Randy.
All right. No more sucking his dick.
I'm not sucking his dick, but I might lick his butthole.
Ooh, that's real love there. He really
Give him
does
the
love
old
you.
rusty trombone.
I just really like you, Rock. I don't love you like the way he loves you.
He likes you.
You licked him.
Look, I love him emotionally. You
So you're
love
gonna-
him physically.
You love him emotionally enough to lick his butthole.
I mean, metaphorically.
I don't think that applies. I think you flat out said you want to lick his butthole.
Metaphorically.
No, you didn't say metaphorically before.
I'm saying it now.
You held your hands up to like spread ass
I
cheeks.
did not.
Don't lie. You
I
don't
have
lie.
a fucking electronic cigarette in my hand.
Yeah, but you were using it to like spread.
What, am I putting it in his butthole?
I don't see why you
Well,
wouldn't.
that's not really me licking his butthole. At that point, that's me trying to get the flavor of the e-cigarette.
Right, you're just stimulating.
Like, hey, I made that juice. Give it back.
All right.
We went way off the deep end, people. I'm
that's
sorry.
the fuckery right there. That's straight
We
up
really
fuckery.
shouldn't be talking like that when we're trying to give Rock an
Yeah.
ad. Like, I don't think that ad would be appropriate on
Why?
on the television in between Big
That's
Bang
fine.
episodes or something.
That's fine. You want to big bang him.
I don't want to bang Rock.
You want to big bang
Although
him.
he's got really nice titties.
Oh, boy.
He's got that ass.
Oh, that booty.
You know what? Big Rock's karaoke. Go like his Facebook page. It's under Randy Steele.
Yep.
If you want to book him, he does college parties and graduation parties.
Bar
Bar mitzvahs like Goldberg's.
Yep. Goldberg bar mitzvah.
He'll do anything.
Yep.
Anything you would hire a DJ for, and typically things you wouldn't hire a DJ for. He'll do your divorce party.
Yeah.
He'll be there when you serve the divorce papers just to give you a high five.
Yeah, that's probably true. He would.
I'm pretty sure he would.
Way to go.
I'm going to make him be there when I give my wife, well, no, because we're not really getting divorced, and we're
Disillusion.
yeah, we're civil.
Yeah.
But he'll be there the day I file the paperwork with the court, I'm
There you
sure.
go.
If I asked him, he'd absolutely do it.
High fives. Yep.
Like, you're free. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess on that note.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like this was a strong episode, but we ended really weird.
Yeah, it kind of went a weird turn.
It did.
It did. But that's all right. Well, on that note, this has been Smoky Room Stories. I've been Nick, and that's been Jason. And you can contact us on Facebook under Smoky Room Stories or through Gmail, smokyroomstories@gmail.com.
Drop us a line.
Yeah, drop us a line.
If you've been in a fight or witnessed a fight or been pulled apart or whatnot, you got a fight story?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Love to hear it.
Good chance we'll get bored and read it on air.
Oh, we'll definitely read it on air.
We don't have a whole lot to talk about.
We're just vamping the entire time.
Yeah, this is all ad-libbed.
Yep. Yeah, there's no scripts. Scripts are shitty.
We have a loose topic, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
It's worked
Scary
before.
stories didn't work.
Didn't work. The first one that people haven't heard yet.
The first
did
one
work.
worked well.
That worked.
But no one will ever hear it.
They might.
But then when we tried to rehash it, it didn't work.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it happens. It's a learning experience. We're still learning. We're new at this.
We are new at this.
You know.
And that's okay. Anyway, you can listen to the podcast, obviously, where you are, but spread the word. If you think other people might be interested in it, point them in the right direction to our Podbeam page, right?
Podbean, yep.
Podbean.
Anyone who shares gets a hug
from Randy. We're whoring him out now. We're his pimps.
You get a Randy hug.
Get old Randy hug. You can also watch, I guess if you want to call it watching, on YouTube. Smoking Room Stories.
I forgot you did that.
Yeah, I started putting them on YouTube as well. Midweek. I figured, Thursday, Friday, I'll throw it up.
Just in case you don't want to go to Podbean, you can go to the YouTube page.
Yep. And yeah, so
Podbean, I guess, makes you set up an account.
Yeah, like through Facebook.
Yeah.
It's something simple. That's all I did. But
I'm one step away. Spotify apparently to link to that, you have to be linked to iTunes first.
Oh, okay.
So I can't get to Spotify without the iTunes.
Okay.
And I locked us out of our iTunes account.
Whoops.
Because I forgot. Like, I remembered the password. I remembered the login.
Yeah.
But then it asked the security questions. Like, why?
I don't know this.
I forgot the security questions. So we're locked out of iTunes for the moment.
Okay.
And once we're back in, we'll be linked to Spotify, and we'll be good.
Well, there you go. So, but yeah, we got it on YouTube. We got it on Podbean. The links are usually on our Facebook page for
Absolutely.
All. And
upload every Tuesday.
Send us an email. Do a
random times on Tuesday because I don't have a set schedule.
Right. Yeah. Send us a story. Send us a comment. Whatever you want to do, we're listening.
Send naked pictures to Nick.
Yes, depending on what they are. Dick pics send to Jason.
Nick Flores at Bex.com.
Nope. That's wrong.
I'll get it eventually.
No, you can keep guessing. You might get it. Anyway, this has been a decent time.
It's not been horrible.
No, it's been a good time. All right. Well, that's that.
Next time with whiskey.
Yes, we're gonna have whiskey. I like whiskey.
I like whiskey.
Whiskey's good.
I'm surprised you don't want tequila.
I like tequila too.
I'm not surprised.
How do you feel about bourbon?
I'm good. I'm a fan of bourbon.
I might pick up a bottle for us.
Whiskey and bourbon are my drinks.
Yeah, I might pick
And
up a bottle.
cognac, actually. I
Cognac's
like
not bad.
Love Hennessy. First
Yeah.
drink I ever had in a strip club.
Yeah?
We've come full circle.
Yes, we have. And we always do, it seems.
My first time at a strip club, I went there on a Monday night, and they were running a promotion. Like, come in on Monday, pick your team. Every time your team scores a touchdown, you get a free shot. And I picked the Patriots, and they got a touchdown. I was like, oh, no, it was the Eagles.
Yeah.
And they got a touchdown. I walked up, like, I get a free shot. I'm like, what do you want? Like, I don't know. I've never drank before. Never drank hard liquor. I'm like, oh, you want some Hennessy? I'm like, sure. And then Hennessy was the only thing I drank for like 3-4 years.
Oh, man. That's too much Hennessy. I couldn't do that.
That was so good. I still like Hennessy.
I don't mind it, but it's definitely not my drink of choice. Like, I'll take a bourbon. I'll do maybe a scotch. Yeah. Those are good.
For whatever reason,
Tequila.
I have a problem with people who, at work who sneak alcohol in, but when that alcohol happens to be Hennessy, I'm totally cool with it. And I love whiskey now. I drink primarily whiskey, but when they sneak whiskey in, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
What, are you crazy?
This is work, you cocksucker.
You
piece of shit.
You degenerates.
When someone pulls out some Hennessy, I'm like,
I'm a degenerate now.
Good call.
That'll make the night go way better. All right, well, on that note, that'll be it.
Yeah.
Now, get out of my pleasure dungeon.
I'm going home. I'm going to piss. I might piss in your washer.
Oh, that's a good place for it.
Better than your dryer.
Yeah, definitely. Better than the dryer. At least the washer can wash out. All right, that'll be that. See ya.
Doodles.